All right, time to get learned. That's right, Professor Carton is here. This is just basically us discussing things I learned over the weekend of sitting in my dungeon and watching nothing but sports. And I am a quite handsome professor, so I like that photograph. All right. Very slim indeed.
Yes.
As you may notice, I'm all proteined out right now. I also had terrible runs up in Syracuse this weekend. Yeah, imagine going to like a random kid's apartment because you got to go to the bathroom, and the kid going, "Oh my God, I'm a big fan. Great, where's your bathroom?" That happened on Saturday night.
Wow,
yeah, true story.
I got
all
right. I thought he went 4.
Here's what we learned: college kids have filthy dorm rooms. Number two. Here's what we learned in the football world. Okay, in reality, nobody really wants Odell Beckham or Aaron Rodgers. So, of course, the Jets want both those guys. Yeah. Does any thoughts on that, Greg Jennings? Is that not crystal clear now that nobody else wants these two dudes?
Not
a single offer out there that we're aware of for Odell Beckham other than him kind of referring to being offered $4 million, which I think was from the Dallas Cowboys. And when he said no to it, they immediately signed or traded for Brandon Cooks. But outside of that, there's not been a single team linked to him. Nobody apparently has any interest in signing him. So, of course, the Jets want a guy that nobody else wants.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, not a single team. Even if you eliminate the NFC as a potential destination, because the Packers would not trade him in the conference, which, by the way, they've never said that, but we all assume that, right? No other AFC team has expressed an interest in Aaron Rodgers. So, of course, the Jets do.
I give you that. Because,
okay.
And if I'm the Jets, yes, I'm expressing interest because we feel like we're turning the corner. We feel like this is a new regime and it's creating a new culture, new vibe, new feel. We almost made the playoffs. Everybody in New York was excited. Let's sprinkle some extra icing and whatever we need to entice and make our fans believe that all we need is a quarterback and another receiver and a few little pieces.
Which says a lot about a franchise. If you still are in the market for all we need is a quarterback in a quarterback-driven league, perhaps you got some other problems. Like, think about this. If the deal doesn't happen, and we all believe it will. But if it doesn't, no joke. Zach Wilson is the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
Yes.
That's real. Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah. No. No.
It's going to be hilarious.
Right. Second thing I learned this weekend is that, everyone's talking about the return of LeBron, and rightfully so, and the pending return of Kevin Durant, and the beep show going down in Dallas. Here's a little tidbit for you. The Memphis Grizzlies are the best team in the Western Conference. They're the team you got to worry about. They get Ja Morant back. He's money good. They've won 6 straight. They've won 9 out of 10. They're as athletic as any team in the league. They've got the go-to guy in pressure. That's Ja Morant. And they've got a real good nucleus around him that are not yet household names. And I recognize in Vegas, they are third behind the Nuggets, number 1 seed all year. I get it. The Suns, people figure with KD healthy on the court, with Ayton and Booker and CP3, they're the team to beat. I'm telling you right now, circle the Memphis Grizzlies. They are a LOCK lock to go to the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
And at that point, you roll the dice, obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't contest that. Like, this team, they do a lot of things really well. They shoot the ball well. They can attack the rim, obviously, with Ja. They have size. They can play big. Like, they do it on both ends of the court. You have that Draymond type of presence when you look at the guys that they have on their roster. I like this team a lot, and they're scarier now than what they were before Ja was off the team for the period of time that he went to
8 games. That's right. He missed 9 actually, but 8 games was a suspension.
This team already was able to win without him, but feeling like they might have to play the rest of the season with no Ja Morant, it was like nothing for them.
And here's the other thing: you get, I think, a focused, motivated Ja Morant. Not that he wasn't before. I never questioned his desire to win. Focus, maybe, as we learned a lot of about his off-court antics, but I'm telling you right now,
Everything is going to be
that
about
dude now has a little chip on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to prove everybody I am the face of the NBA, and he can do that with a big-time run in the postseason.
Are they good enough to beat one of the 3 teams in the East?
Yeah, well, that's interesting you asked that question, because here's something else I learned over the weekend, and that is if a Western Conference team wins the NBA championship, it is further proof that the regular season has been totally marginalized and doesn't mean anything. Because the Western Conference is an absolute clown show.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and whether it's guys not playing or load management or injuries or nonsense or trades, the West is a mess. I love the mess because we're going to get great basketball down the stretch of the regular season.
Absolutely.
But if the Celtics, the Bucks, or the Sixers do not win the title, how can I sit back and go, boy, the regular season means everything?
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't. You truly can't, because all these teams have done was make trades the trade deadline, switch up their roster and their personnel, and then go on to possibly win. None of us now, if the Nuggets or the
You
Grizzlies,
can make them the argument. They've been the 2 best teams all year.
Yes.
Now, the Grizzlies had the issue with Ja, but
Yep.
the Nuggets, to be fair,
But
have had no issues.
outside of those two, and I don't think any of us believes that the King. I like the Kings. You like the Kings. I don't think any of us believes that they'll win a championship. But the Suns.
By the way, I don't think the
Clippers,
Kings get out of the first round. So you can like them all you want.
Yeah, the Lakers.
We like the Kings.
The beam is awesome.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
beam.
The beam is
That's
awesome.
That's a great point.
Huh?
That's
Thank
a great
you.
point.
I'm on fire today.
Well, here's
Good to have you
the
back,
thing. Doesn't
Craig.
it kind of lend itself to load management if, like, the Lakers win, the fact that they're 500, if they say go all the way and win the finals, doesn't that just justify load management entirely?
It would justify a lot of things that's wrong with basketball.
Yes.
It would justify, great players sitting out. It would justify not giving a rat's ass until the second half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I don't like about the NBA that's been very publicly criticized, it would prove that every one of those things is right, and it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the fan base of the franchise that wins the title isn't going to care that their best player sat out 20 games.
Yep.
They're not going to care that they didn't start playing good ball until, February, March, because they won a title. And I'd be the same way. If the Knicks were ever good enough to win a title and you told me that, I don't know, their best player sat out 20 games, I'd be pissed during it. But at the end, I wouldn't even remember it. And I would say, whatever you did last year, do it again this year. Yes, and that is fair for whatever franchise wins. Their fan base, it's a good point, Cody, will not care one iota about how they got to that chip.
Yep.
Not at all. Real quick, another thing I learned this weekend. I like Pat Beverley a lot, but he's a clown. So it's a weird thing in my head. But him mocking LeBron James after that little 7-foot shot and doing the you're small routine. Watch this. Hey, LeBron, you're small. It'd be like Cody mocking Ohtani. Like, come on, man, stay in your lane. You're Pat Beverley. You average 6 points a game.
Wait, well, why am I Pat Beverley in this scenario?
Because he's Ohtani, that's Beverley, you're Cody. Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
I made it to the big leagues, Craig, and you're never going to be able to take it away from me.
No,
buddy.
I know, and I love you for it. That's how I
you.
introduce you to all my friends. Who is he? No, he played pro baseball.
Do we have video of Craig playing pro baseball?
We do. We're not going to show it.
We should.
No,
We
the
should.
producers are on my side.
Are they?
They will not show.
They will not
any
show.
footage of me playing professional baseball.
Somebody
Yeah.
roll the footage.
There's
if we
no
have
footage.
it.
There's no
There is
footage.
footage.
Really?
There's no footage.
I've seen footage.
A lot of people don't know that.
Down he goes! What an athlete! That right there is the third best athlete in all of Fox Sports.
The
That's right.
self-proclaimed third.
You're not
best
even the
athlete.
third best athlete at
My
this desk.
No, you're not. And it's only three of us.
Exactly.
It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Troy in the corner.
How about a little credit for the backflip? How about that? How about a little like that?
You
a little
landed
credit.
relatively
I
gracefully.
did a nice little back somersault
no
at shortstop
credit
at
at all.
Yankee Stadium.
No credit at all. I'm not giving you anything.
You guys are
not
fun to
giving
be
you no
with.
credit. It's just terrible.
If anything, you should be more happy that that ball avoided hitting you in the face. 'cause it
More
looked very
happy.
close.
Did you graduate college?
No, I did not, Craig. Thank you for bringing that up.
Here's another thing I learned this weekend. The Kyrie Irving effect is a real thing. and it kills teams. Case in point, the Dallas Mavericks, who lost back-to-back games to the Charlotte Hornets, and they're now on the outside looking in, and that's Dallas since Kyrie got there. 6 games under 500, 12 fewer points a game, no defense at all, and the 5th worst record in the NBA since February 8th.
It's a fact, man.
Yes,
I mean,
it is a fact.
Even as I sit here, like, it's hard for me to even like say it, but the facts are what the facts are. Like, because again, I'm a Kyrie fan, and I think we all try to justify it with he's a great player and he's so great offensively and all. But when it comes to just being a team player, I'm not talking about do players like Kyrie. Most guys like an individual. Like when I was in Miami, we don't talk about those years, but I'm about to right now. I like Ryan Tannehill. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He just wasn't a great quarterback. And that didn't make him a bad teammate and all the things. Kyrie, guys rave about him as a person. Like Kevin Durant loves him. Just don't want to play with him.
I think it's past tense.
Just doesn't want to play with him.
Yeah, loves him.
Like,
doesn't love him, loves him.
No, I think
Yeah.
off the court, they have a great relationship.
Yeah.
I can get down with them. I don't want to play with them, though.
No, you
like,
can't.
That's who Kyrie is.
And it's not about his game. It's about everything else that comes along with it. The press conferences, God knows what he's like in the locker room, the seances, the sage burning, the anti-Semitism, the whatever it might be. It's work. Mm-hmm. Like, it's hard enough to do this job. I don't have to work to be friends with people, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which is why I don't talk to Greg much off air.
Which is why I don't come to your house.
There you go. See that? I did invite him. He's like, you don't have food the way I like to eat. Because I don't have a scale to measure his oats. Sorry about that. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.